Raw. Okay, let's do this. There was a big title change. The New Day are trying to bring out their own brand of ice cream. And I don't believe in friendship anymore. I'm Ollie Davis, and this is the 13th of February 2017 edition of Monday Night Raw in about 4 minutes. There are two big parts of Raw I want to talk about in depth. The women's main event and the other thing. So I'm just going to rattle through everything else that happened on the show first. Roman Reigns still managed to stand tall over both the Raw Tag Team Champions Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. This was the worst thing on the show. If you don't count the crippling emotional turmoil of, we'll come to that. The New Day want to succeed where CM Punk failed. No, not making part-timers subject to the wellness policy. They want their own brand of ice cream. Kofi Kingston beat a very over Bo Dallas. Jack Gallagher beat Noam Dar with Alicia at ringside. Emelina debuted 133 days after her first repackaged promo to announce she's going to repackage herself back as Emma. I understand that television shows sometimes intentionally annoy their viewers. Game of Thrones killing all your favorite characters. The Walking Dead killing all your favorite characters. But few do it to the patronizing, petty extent of WWE. Those aforementioned shows create frustrating moments to service the story. WWE do it to amuse themselves backstage at our expense. Braun Strowman beat Mark Henry and then beat Roman Reigns too. Sami Zayn beat Rusev with a sudden helluva kick and then cut a great promo criticizing Samoa Joe. A feud I never knew I wanted until just then. Joe attacked him after a very effective sit-down interview with Michael Cole. I'm now totally behind Samoa Suit Joe. He looks like a mobster. Akira Tozawa continued his momentum, beating Araya Davari with a snap German suplex. Ha! And Enzo Amore almost worked as a heel, losing to Cesaro. Right, it's time, the Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens Festival of Friendship segment. Really, it was much more Chris Jericho's festival. He'd done all the planning, commissioned the creation of Kevin artwork, hired Friendship the Magician. Owens was the straight man here, a bit perplexed by all the effort Jericho had gone through. It was very much like Mankind's infamous This Is Your Life segment with The Rock, but it was more than that. KO's frustration sometimes looked apprehensive, like he was wrestling with something inside himself. Maybe it was over whatever Triple H told him in their private word together backstage. After Gillberg came out instead of the actual Goldberg like KO had hoped, Owens snapped at Jericho. He's fighting for his Universal title in a few weeks and you bring out jokes like Gillberg. Chris apologized and then appeared to shoot, speaking genuinely from the heart. He said this last year has been one of the best of his career because of Owens, because of their chemistry together. KO felt bad. He feels the same way too, really. To make it up, he gave Jericho a gift of his own, a new list. That's good, said Y2J. The old one's looking a little bit battered. And then, in what will go down as one of the best moments on Raw from the last 5 years, he lifted the list from the box. It said the list of KO on the back. Jericho couldn't see it, but we, the audience, realized right then what was about to happen. That's called dramatic irony. Then came those 6 heartbreaking words. How come my name's on this? It wasn't always the best story between Owens and Jericho. The whole roadblock part of their friendship was horribly contrived. But this was a hell of a culmination and a very unique wrestling plot device. To quote Reddit user Canadian Toffee18, a heel just turned heel. In years to come, people will look back on this angle just like they do with Shawn Michaels super-kicking Marty Jannetty, or Seth Rollins turning on the Shield. We all knew it was coming, but that didn't make it any less incredible. Bravo, WWE. I wasn't as much of a fan of the main event though. As great as Bayley versus Charlotte was, the title change itself was empty. Don't let the chance of you deserve it drown out the real issue. This was a wasted story. I always thought Bayley winning her first title was a WrestleMania caliber moment, coinciding with Charlotte's first ever pay-per-view loss. Then it means so much more and you solidify a star in the process. But Bayley's victory here rang hollow. Since the 19th of December episode of Raw, Charlotte and Bayley have fought 4 times in singles competition, getting 2 victories each. Their tag match record has them at 1 win apiece. It works out as exactly 50-50 booking. Nobody gets over, because everyone's the same. Dana Brooks' Deus Ex Machina-like appearance weakened the story even more. Bayley not seeing Sasha Banks' crutch shot to Charlotte's boob, however, was a nice touch to build later dissension. So that was this week's Raw in about 4 minutes. Here's the usual ratings recap from top to bottom in awe, core, average, poor, and bore. This week's Raw is core. Apart from the opening Roman Reigns segment, nothing else on Raw dragged, with the majority being either very good or great. Samoa Joe was excellent, Sami Zayn cut a passionate promo, the Bayley title change was certainly noteworthy even if I disagree with it happening, and the Festival of Friendship will go down as one of the all-time great Raw segments. Even Bo Dallas managed to get heat. What did you all think? Let me know in the comments down below, and make sure to vote in the poll above my head to give it your own rating. I'll announce the results on tomorrow's WrestleTalk news. If you want to hear about the hilarious TNA Twitter feud between Jeremy Borash and the best play-by-play announcer in the world, his words, not anyone else's, Josh Matthews, or how the Elimination Chamber might have set up John Cena's WrestleMania match, click the videos to the left and subscribe. I've been Ollie Davis, and that was wrestling.